It's day 4 of Diddy's trial, and Cassie Ventura is giving her cross-examination testimony against Diddy. Diddy's attorney tried to use a specific exhibit, but the government shot it down and said this is not even in evidence yet. So then Diddy's team turned to another exhibit and said, "You wrote, 'I love our freak-offs' when we both won it. You felt that?" Loving freak-offs were just words at that point. Mr. Combs wrote to you, "I want to freak off right now," and you wrote that you wanted it too. LOL, me too. I texted more than that, but you did text that to him. Mr. Combs wrote to you, "Jules is available if you're into it." You could have said yes or no, and you said love you. There was no yes or no. Bring up the next exhibit. Mr. Combs wrote, "Do I have your permission to set up freaky fun?" You wrote ovulation. Yes. Here, what do you say? I asked which hotel. I must have called him in between. I don't want to assume anything. He said montage. You said you could also go to Pleasure Chest. What would you get there? S supplies. What were the supplies? Lubricants, outfits. He says have fun, impress me. You say okay. He says can we kiss a lot? What do you say? Yes. You wrote I left the iPad. I don't know whose iPad this meant. Mr. Combs wrote, "I'll be there right after my session." This was in June 2017. Do you remember the arguments you were having at this time? Not specifically. Here you say the game starts at 10, no breaking character till 8 a.m. This was a game a friend of mine told me, a way to rekindle your romance. By doing something different in the bedroom, it was a whole getting into character thing. Mr. Combs says, let's get some outfits and go to an S club. Then Mr. Combs wrote, surprise package coming from out of state. Why can't I reach you? What do you say? I was getting my brows done. Did you come to know Mr. Combs was leaving the freak off to go see Kim Porter? Yes. How did you find out about Gina and how did you feel? Did it upset you? Yes. It prompted arguments? It did. And he thought you were not faithful? What are his reactions? It was scary. Mr. Combs wrote to you, let's do something different in New York City this weekend. FYI, Dave hit me. What does hit mean? Reached out. And Daniel contacted you. Did this mean you might have a freak off? Might. He then goes on to tell you, you better put me on VIP vibrate alarm or something. He's frustrated. You don't answer his text fast enough. Right. You tell him to come to New York City, understanding that there could be a freak off. Maybe. You also saw the Book of Mormon. Cassie says yes, and then she laughs. Mass pleasure? Is this an S club? I would assume. He asked, are you ready for tonight? What did you say? Yes, I just have to get some things. Cassie then says, this is not about what I felt, right? Because you are skipping over a lot here. Diddy's attorney says, what did you write? As much as you think you're Bruce Willis, you're not. Your kids were babies when we started dating. If you saw him on social media on vacation with someone else, was it heartbreaking? It could be. It was 7 years in. What about this? About Gina? You wrote, I don't want to be the side piece, but I'll treat you like a king. You wanted to be the main girlfriend? In 2013, yes. And you saw social media posts of Mr. Combs with other girls and got angry, right? Can I speak? I was jealous of certain situations. Did there come a point in time when he suspected that you were in a relationship with someone in the industry? Kid Cudi? Yes. Mr. Combs thought it would be good for your career if you collaborated with Kid Cudi? Yes. Why did you begin your relationship with Kid Cudi? We enjoyed each other's company. Were you in a relationship with Mr. Combs? We were on a break. But you were still doing freak-offs with him? Yes. After Mr. Combs found out by going through your phone, you went to see him. You knew he was upset. He previously attacked you. Yes, I thought it would be safer with other people there. Your affair with Kid Cudi was only a month long, but you got a burner phone for it? Right. Mr. Combs kicked you in the back? Yes. This came up later in your relationship that you had cheated on him with Kid Cudi? He brought it up quite a bit. When he cheated, he said, well, you had an affair with Kid Cudi, right? Sometimes. He suspected you of having an affair with another person in the industry when you were in South Africa filming? Yes, Honey 3, and she starts laughing. While you were there, you saw a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina Hun and were irate, right? Angry. You blocked him and focused on the movie, right? I tried my best. Mr. Combs suspected your relationship with whom? Michael B. Jordan. You sent a video not only to Mr. Combs, but also to the staff. Who? D-Rock? Yes. You sent it to them because you were angry with all of them? I was hurt. I spent all of my time with them. You thought that they were in on it? The physical abuse. When did your father learn about it? Same time as my mother. Did Mr. Combs come to Connecticut to speak with your parents? I don't know if it was then. Carrie Morgan knew about the abuse? Yes. The eyebrow gash incident. What was it about? Didn't answer the phone and went to sleep, and I was supposed to be packing for a trip. He was abbreviated. I don't remember that. Why were you asleep? I had a drink at the Abbey, and it had something in it, I think. Did Mr. Combs ever abuse you when he was abbreviated and then say he didn't remember it? Yes. Did you feel like he was not taking responsibility? Yes. And I have to bring this up because they are asking Cassie, while Diddy was on substances, do you think that he didn't remember something? Before Diddy's trial started, we know that the government and Diddy were arguing about one of the experts coming in for Diddy's defense that is supposed to give testimony. And they say that this doctor's testimony relates to Diddy's diminished capacity to commit the charged offenses. In other words, a mental health condition bearing the issue of guilt. And the government was arguing about the testimony for this doctor because they are saying on October 7th of 2024, within a month of Diddy's arrest, they sent a written notice to Diddy and asked him if he intended to use expert testimony relating to a mental health disease, defect, or other condition bearing on the issue of whether he had the mental state required for the charged offenses. And in this document, there is wording that talks about substance abuse issues that affected his mental health, basically saying that he had a substance abuse problem and that he basically didn't know he was committing the crimes. This is one of Diddy's defense tactics that he is about to use because he is grilling Cassie Ventura about these issues with substance abuse. Then they ask, for substances, you both go to rehab? Rehab really wasn't a thing during our relationship. The freakoffs were an opportunity for you to take substances together? Yes. You went to Burning Man a lot? Yes. Did you guys ever call yourselves high partners? We did. Did you ever take substances from him without him knowing? Yes. What was his reaction? Explosive. Did he tell LA dealers not to deal to you? Yes. You told Christina Coram that you learned only after the fact that Mr. Combs had dangled Miss Bongolin off the balcony. I'm not sure. You were on substances? I'm not sure. You got a life coach for your substance issues, according to this document. I don't know who that person is. You were doing a lot of substances. It was a rough time. You tried to get into rehab at the Golden Door. It was a spa. There was a time I lost all sense of smell, taste, and woke up in the hospital with an IV in my arm. I tried to get help. The time after San Bernardino, you had learned that Sean had OD'd. A very strong opiate, yes. Were you not addicted to painkillers? We took ibogaine. Where did you get it? Cancun, Mexico, separately? When Mr. Combs threw you off the boat in the Canes, when he accused you of taking substances and squeezed your leg, among other things, but you still wanted to be with him? I did. Switching topics. When you say that Mr. Combs went with weapons to find Suge Knight, do you remember telling the government that you went with them? No. Let me show you. Just for the parties. I did not go with them, so I don't think that I said that. You also did substances with Miss Morgan, right? Yes. Do you recall telling the government that you did not see what he did, hitting her in the head with the wooden hanger? I saw the hanger, I saw that he was angry and that he was doing substances with Carrie. This broke up your 17-year friendship with her? It did. Did you tell Mr. Combs about your relationship with your now husband? No. Miss Morgan sued you and Mr. Combs, made a demand, and you paid off part of it? I did. And you haven't spoke with her since? Maybe one text. That was the relationship ender? Yes. Diddy's lawyer starts out with an exhibit and asks Cassie if this is from March 4th. The government says it's from March 3rd, UCT time. Diddy's lawyer then says, okay, Mr. Combs refers to accessories for the premiere. You sent him an explicit message? Yes. He responded with, a number of M's he wrote. Too bad you have to work. He did. You ask him, are you feeling better, and discussing bodily function. Yes. Mr. Combs went to your premiere lunch at the London hotel? He did. Then he says, I just got out of a spiritual therapy session. I asked, how did it go? He said it's a process. This is leading up to the hotel incident. You say, baby, I want to freak off so bad. You were asked in direct, and you said that you didn't want him to ruin your premiere. Sure. Mr. Combs says, if we start at 7 p.m. and go till 4 a.m., you can get enough rest after. Yes. Now you really have to pay attention to this part, because what they're trying to do is discredit Cassie, saying that she didn't want to have this freak off because of her premiere movie. The government was already on it at the very beginning, because they are saying that these texts happened on March 3rd at UTC time. And this hotel incident didn't happen until March 5th of 2016. And what they're trying to do is paint the picture that Cassie did want to engage in this freak off, that she's claiming she left because she wanted to go to the movie premiere. There is a couple days time difference in between the actual day that we see Diddy do this, that she claims this is when she wanted to leave. But they are still trying to do this to discredit her to the jury. He says it'd be a shorter than usual freak off. That's how I would understand it. What did you say? Carrie is here. We can't do it at my house. You say, that guy is sick. I'm not going to ask what you meant. So were you turning to Johnny as a dancer or an escort? We hired him as a dancer, but he did what an escort does. Do you remember the beginning of this freak off in the Intercontinental? Not really. The substances were bad. MDMA, right? I have no idea. And the judge asked Diddy's team, how much longer are they going to have her on cross-examinations? And they're not sure. But the government does respond and says that they only need a half hour on redirect. But one of the bombshells that we did hear right at the end is Dawn Richard from Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money is going to be the next witness testifying against Diddy tomorrow. And I did a whole little video on that, breaking down things that she has said in her civil lawsuit, so definitely go check it out. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.